Hey everybody, this is FC7,
And Misty 2001.
and today we're going to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes, pumpkin pie cupcakes.
Yeah, actually, this was a more complex recipe, more complex than we've done before.
And it's usually like a fall recipe around the holidays, but I decided to have it right now, early spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and really, I think you can have pumpkin pie at any time of the year.
Right. Alright, ingredient list is up on the screen.
So you're gonna need one 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 of a cup of evaporated milk, 2/3 of a cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, and whipped cream for garnish.
So here are the ingredients up on the screen. And it looks like you're using 2 bowls for this.
Yeah, actually, you need 1 bowl for the wet ingredients and 1 bowl for the dry ingredients. That's kind of what makes it more complicated.
Okay.
So you're going to want to set your oven to 350 degrees, as shown there.
So now you start putting in the flour.
Yep.
Start with the dry ingredients first.
Yep, start with the dry ingredients first.
So that's a 1/3 cup.
2/3. It's a 1/3 cup, yes, but you're going to need 2/3 of it.
2 times.
Yep.
Okay.
Pumpkin pie spice, so you're going to need 2 teaspoons.
My favorite ingredient.
Yeah. Actually, I could have added more, but I didn't want you to get too pumpkined out.
Is it possible to get 2 pumpkin pie?
I don't know. So you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of sugar.
So there we are, pouring the sugar.
Yeah.
Lots of sugar.
And, you know, even though it is a cup, measuring cup, there is a line on the inside of it that shows you where the 3/4 mark is.
Well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1/4 teaspoon of
Salt.
salt.
So we'll just add that in there.
Uh-huh. Typically, I don't use that big container of salt. So 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda.
Yeah, shown on the screen. 1 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon of
Baking powder.
baking powder.
What does this do to it?
I think baking soda and baking powder help, like, make it rise.
Oh.
I'm not sure, though.
Either way, you mix it up. And now...
And now I'm actually on to the wet ingredients. So 3/4 of a cup of evaporated milk.
So you switch to the other bowl for this part.
Yes. I have actually done it in the past where I've just combined all the ingredients together.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked pretty well, too. So now you're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
And it's cool how these ingredients swirl together after this part.
Yeah, it is. Gosh, it almost seems like a science experiment.
Yeah. But now watch this. Amazing.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. So you're going to need 2 eggs. Adding them to a measuring cup first usually helps make sure that you don't get any shells in there. And
that makes sense.
yeah, if you do, it should be an easy way to pick them out. 1 can of pumpkin puree, which is about 15 ounces.
Now you blend it all together.
Blend it all together.
Is there a certain speed that you use?
Just so it all gets blended together. This was the fun part. Adding the adding the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients.
And there they go.
Yep. Adding them in like small batches so you don't get flour all over yourself, which I believe I did.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
So now how long would you do this for?
Oh, just till it's well combined.
Okay.
Now check that out. Owl eyes.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So now you do some more blending?
Yeah, you just scrape the sides of the bowl, making sure you get all of the unincorporated stuff, so it all gets mixed together.
Now this is the part that's really neat with the owl eyes again.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see them on the screen coming up.
Yeah. My mom actually taught me how to make that. And I've been doing it ever since. So then you're going to want to spray out your cupcake tins with cooking spray. We used olive oil cooking spray. So now you're going to want to add 1/3 of a cup of the mixture to each one of the cupcake spots, as you see me doing here.
Make sure they're well greased.
Yes, definitely making sure they're well greased, otherwise they won't come out of the pan. So you'll see that as you get closer to the end, you're going to want to scrape out the bowl to get, as I'm doing there, to get every last little bit of your mixture.
Which you've done.
Mm-hmm. So then you're going to put it in your oven set to 350 degrees for 20 minutes.
So this next part's a little complex. Can you explain it?
Yeah, after you let them cool slightly in the pan, you're going to want to put them on a plate to let them cool completely for an additional 20 minutes.
So it's 20 minutes in the pan and then 20 minutes on the plate.
And then after that, they should be cooled completely, so you'll want to put them in a airtight storage container, as you see there. So then you're going to want to add your whipped topping as your garnish, or, well, as you typically do for a pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm. Now, the very last step, can you explain this?
Yep, I actually added pumpkin pie spice to make it pretty. You can add cinnamon as well.
So that should just about do it. Any last thoughts on this one?
Quite time consuming, but delicious.
I agree. I love this one. This is one of my favorite desserts that you make.
Definitely a make again.
Alright, so if you want to like and subscribe, go ahead.
Please, please.
And that should just about do it for this video.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.